All right, let's get this thing uh, posted, and we can. There we go. Get this thing here. Good morning, Brian. Paste that here. Paste that here. Oops. Press the wrong button there. Almost there. Good morning, everybody. We'll be starting in just a second. Got this here. Got this here. Gonna post that here. There we go. We're good to go. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, and good morning. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. All right, now we're talking. Let me just move this over here. I'm assuming that everybody could hear me and see me okay. We got Brian in the house. Jill, good morning. We got Billy. We got Zen Master. We got Ed. We got Rick. We got Gary. We got Timothy. We got Heather, JB, Sandeep, Alan, David, Dave, Devena. Good morning, everybody. John's in the house. Dave's in the house. Richard Feinberg. Good morning, sir. Edward, Omar, War Dog. Happy Friday, War Dog. Video doesn't seem to be frozen. No, it seems to be okay. Can you guys hear me okay? Let me know if you guys could hear me and see me okay. Good. Good, Tony. Penny, good morning. Tom, good morning. Good to see you. Good morning, Kirk. We'll be starting in just a moment. We usually give the room 100 people to fill up, but here we go. We got 100 people. Happy 5th, everybody. Now, folks, real quick. I will not be live in the VIP room, okay? I will not be live in the VIP room. I'm going to take the afternoon off. I will be trading today, but I'm not going to be in the VIP room. Matt decided to take a day off. Not a day off, but work remotely. I'm working remotely, so we're just going to skip the VIP room because it's Friday, it's holiday, and I'm not expecting that much afternoon delight, if you know what I'm saying. So instead, let me give you a link. You guys can check out a class that I recorded live for you. It's a seasonality class. It's supposed to be very cool. Let me just post that for you here. Biggest seasonality windows, okay? Biggest seasonality windows. Here is the link. Good morning, Louis. If you guys missed it, it's a really good session. You get my top 3 stocks. Highly recommended. Highly recommended. Good morning, and Cam is in the house. I didn't know if you were taking today off. I didn't want to say anything till I saw you here, Cam. But I guess today is going to be, like every other day, customer service live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Don't miss out. It's going to happen today. If you don't know how to access, you can access through your members portal. There's a big red button. And by the way, for all of you who took my bonus trade in the S&P 500, today is the day you're supposed to get out of that trade. That bonus trade that I told you, the seasonality trade, today is the exit date. If you guys made money on that trade, let me know. Give me a heads up. All right. That's right. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Good morning, Gustavo. All right, let's begin. So markets are a little bit stronger today ahead of the big report. The reason why I'm here, and most folks are here, honestly, I wouldn't even be here today but for this employment report. This employment report can be a real shake and bake. Today, we're looking at the average hourly earnings year to year. We're looking at the unemployment rate, which is going to be very important. And obviously, we're looking at the non-farm payroll, all right? Those are really the 3 things we're looking at. We're looking at the unemployment rate, the average hourly earnings year over year, and the non-farm payroll. And as you can see here, the consensus is from 150 to 237, which means they have no idea where it's going to be. So today's going to be, and folks, the Fed pays very, very strong attention to this data. The reason they pay very close attention to this data, because the only thing that's keeping interest rates where they're at right now is the fact that employment is very, very strong. If employment rates go south, they're going to start lowering rates, because that's when you're supposed to lower rates. When you get unemployed, when think of it as somebody who broke their ankle and who needs to walk on needs some support for a couple of weeks. So you got to, if the country doesn't need support, if unemployment is really low, then there's no need to give them crutches. Okay, that's kind of the way you guys need to start thinking about stuff like that. Okay, 10-year. We talked about the 10-year and TLT. This will be impacted the most over the next hour. We'll be here together when the report comes out. I'm watching TLT in real time. This is the daily. This is the 5-minute. We'll be watching it together in real time. Eagle Beagle. Good morning, Adam. Eagle Beagle says, we're hearing automakers Ford and Toyota will be selling trucks by ordering on Web Direct. This instead of dealer lots, filled vehicles, not seller. Anyone hear this? I have not heard that yet, but I usually do my reading on the weekends, but I have not heard that yet. But if that's going to be the case, that's going to really change the industry. Honestly, I thought it was just a matter of time till it starts happening. I mean, they've been doing that internet sales like crazy. So we'll see if it happens. But thanks for that feedback, Adam. I haven't heard that yet. I have not heard it. If somebody else has heard that, post it in the chat. Good morning, Ivano. And again, if you guys made money on that S&P, I got a whole bunch of people telling me they made money by Wednesday, but and probably got out with a nice gain. But the S&P still is still not giving us such a bad gains. So, and we still may see higher gains. Rick says lots are full due to high interest rates. People can't afford payments. Very, very true. Very, very true. So again, we got this report coming up. 10-year, let's watch it very, very carefully today. This is the actual 10-year note, but we can also look at the TLT. They mimic each other. Moondog, waiting for ablation. Oy, Vesemir. Moondog, good luck to you. Good luck to you, Moondog. Good, Rick. Yeah, I figured a lot of people got out of it. Gaston got out at 45, Rig made 25. That's fine. Hey, listen, it's not the worst thing in the world. So this is TLT. We're right now right at the 200-day and the 100-day moving average. We're either going to rally hard from this level right here, hard, or we're going to come back right back down here and continue our downtrend. I don't know. The last several job reports have been coming out fairly well. All right, so let's see how this does it. But again, Fed data, ISM data was really, really bad last week. So remember, if it's bad for the market, it's good for interest rates, which is the reason why we rallied. Bad news, good news type of thing. Penny says dealer software was hit twice with ransomware, I think last 2 weeks, and having to do sales using paper screwed up and slowed down sales. Yeah, good luck, Moondog. So again, let's watch this carefully. We'll be watching it in real time as it comes out. So we'll have it here. Energy market, absolutely nothing on the energy market. We've talked about this. I need to see a breakout. If I don't see a breakout on the XLE, I'm not going to be doing anything. My line in the sand, so to speak, is 93.25. I need to see us trade above 93.25. And not just trade above that level, accept the level above 93.25. If we don't trade above this level, and I mean really trade above this level, like make home above this level, I don't want to just see us dip above this level. I want to see a real move above this level. Nice. 62% on the bonus trade. Nice. Good, good. 25, 45, 62. Hey, listen, Richard, it doesn't grow on trees, right? And by the way, I was very skeptical about that trade because I'm not loving the market right now, but there we go. Seasonality, folks. Seasonality. Don't forget, watch this class. It's hit the link, top 3 of my stocks. And I'll actually talk about one of them today. Good morning, Terrence. Good morning. Good morning. So again, let's keep an eye on the energy market, but nothing good there. Gold, same thing, nothing. Till we get above the 2,407 level or till we get below the 2,300 level, no soup on gold. All right, what about cryptocurrencies? I told you guys last week, Bido, I even mentioned this ETF. That's right, Richard, there you go. I mentioned this ETF last week. And I mentioned it earlier this week. I get confused because it's Friday and we took a day off, so I'm treating today like a Monday almost. There you go, Michael. Good. 35, 62, 45, 25. Hey, I gave that free trade in the free Telegram channel, so anybody here could have made money on it. I was expecting a lot more feedback, but we do only have 230 people here today. It's a pretty low room. Campbell says seasonality recording is in the members area for Stealth Surge and data miners. Thank you, Cam. I appreciate it. And don't forget, customer service live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. live every day, Monday through Friday. Hit the red button in your members area. So a lot of the cryptos are selling off today. A lot of the cryptos are selling off today. It's not just this one. This is an ETF. But cryptos are selling off today. I don't know why they're selling off today. I have no idea. Cryptos is like energies. They do their own thing. Maybe Jeffrey Turnmeyer is a big crypto guy. I'm not a big crypto guy, but you may want to follow. I'll actually follow up with him and ask him why they're coming down. But so far, I'm just seeing technical selling pressure. And by the way, cryptos are not a mature asset. I want to give you guys a little lesson right now. If you start seeing an asset, look at that. Ricky made 68%. Sandeep made 50%. Little by little, they're trickling in. I like that. I like that. You guys like those bonus trades, huh? I'm giving you those bonus trades so you can afford to pay for some of the premium programs. All right. So let me give you guys a good tip. You're not going to get this tip from Kramer. I promise you're not going to get this tip from Kramer. You have two types of assets. You have mature assets and you have speculative assets. When a stock or a crypto or a new commodity or a new asset comes out, it's a new asset. There's not that much market cap on it, okay? Currencies were a new asset in the early 70s. Cryptos are starting to shift from a new asset to a medium asset, but they're still there. Oh, look at that. Fred made 30%. Good. So here's the point I'm making. The less efficient, the newer the market, listen carefully. Listen carefully. Please listen carefully. Gaston says, I heard BTC had it with profits taking from broker that gave back BTC to clients who were hacked. Oh, I see. Nice, Heather. Good. Good to hear that. So let me explain something to you. This is important. And I don't know why no one talks about this, but there's a lot of things that I talk about that no one talks about. The newer the asset, the less mature the asset is. I'm in the pit, going to probably get in as you're the guru of the market, honestly. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate it. It's very, very nice of you. So the newer the market, the newer the asset, the more it will trend. The more it will trend. Okay? Nice, nice. Good, Richard. The more they will trend. The more mature a market is, the less it will trend. So what you're looking at right now, the Bitcoin ETF, notice it's moving like this. It's moving. This thing is a mover. So two things. The more inefficient, the newer and the more inefficient and the more newer the market is, the more it will trend. The more trend following strategies will work for it. The more mature a market is, the more efficient it becomes. There's more eyes on it. There's more institutions on it. It becomes more efficient. The more efficient an asset becomes, the less it will trend. Oh, good, good. Frank got 37. So we got 37, we got 30, we got 68, we got 50, we got 35, we got 62. I like it. And somebody even said 45, 25. Nice, nice, nice. Yes, Susan, and I hope you did too. I'm still enjoying. To me, the 4th of July is a full weekend. Honestly, I think we should have just gotten today off. But this darn report right here, this report is the reason why I'm here. The only reason why I and most institutional traders are coming into the office today is because of this report. If this report was on Wednesday, forget about it. I would have called the day off. Mark took 50%. Nice. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. So again, the only reason why we're here is because of this report right here, which comes out in about 15 minutes, and we're gonna track it live. We're gonna track it live. All right. So we talked about gold. We talked about so again, if you looked at you may or may not remember, but in the early 70s, everybody was trading currencies. Currencies were making huge gains. All you needed was a 50-day moving average because the asset trended so well. As much as currencies became more mature in the 80s and 90s and 2000s, as more computers started happening, currencies became a contra trend asset. So the more mature, if you see an asset that's brand new, a couple of years old, there's a good chance you could use a trend following strategy to trade that asset. The more mature an asset becomes, the more it'll start doing this, because there's going to be more eyes on it and it's going to become more competitive. Okay. So let me give you an example. A moving average crossover. Okay. That's a trend following strategy. Those strategies work really, really well on assets that trend. If you have an asset that's a mature asset that's doing this, a moving average crossover would be the worst asset, the worst tool you could use for it. You would want to use an oscillator like an RSI because the asset is doing this. So the first thing you do, and I know no one's ever taught you this, but the first thing you do when you look at an asset before you start trading it, ask yourself, is this a trending asset or is this a reversion to the mean asset? If it's a trending asset, a moving average crossover or a moving average or a trend following filter will be like an ADX will be your best friend. If it's a choppy reversion to the mean asset, all those indicators I just mentioned will not help you. They will hurt you. So the first thing you want to do before you do anything else, ask yourself, am I looking at a trending asset or am I looking at a reversion to the mean asset? Okay. So this right now is a reversion to the mean asset. That's a reversion to the mean asset right now, right? This is a trending asset right now. Can you see the difference between them? This is a reversion to the mean asset. A trend following indicator will give you a 5% win rate versus a 90% win rate right now on this. A trend following indicator on this will probably give you an 80% win rate. But Roger, I was taught I could use the same indicator on every asset. It's just an indicator. Yeah, you keep telling yourself that. Reversion to the mean, trending. Yes, Mark, in range. This is a reversion to the mean asset, and this is a trend. I'm giving you like very extreme examples. This is an extreme example of a reversion to the mean asset. Do you think a trend following strategy will work on this? Sure, it will. Yeah, that's the ticket. No, it won't, but it will work on this. So the first thing you want to do when you pull up a chart, is it a trending asset? Do you think an equal weighted? Do you think a moving average on a equal weighted SPY would have worked in the last 2 months? Yes, Frank. Yes. Look at this. Look at the equal weighted SPY. This is the 50-day moving average. You would have lost money on every trade if you tried trend following this. Every one. No, don't. The AVWAP is a connector asset. It's not your moving averages. Just look at price action. Don't try to pull the AVWAP into this, Rick. You're going to get confused. Just look at the asset. This is an asset that you don't want to trade with a trending tool. This is an asset you want to trade with a trending tool. Is this helpful to you guys? Have you learned something today that can actually help you make money every day when you trade? Has you ever see Kramer talk about that? This is a trending asset? No, this is a trending asset. Does it look like a tank or does it look like a roller coaster? Ask yourself, does it look like a tank or does it look like a roller coaster? If it looks like a roller coaster, moving averages, trending asset, less risk, more movement. Is it a choppy asset? You could obviously put more leverage into an asset like this since it's not moving anywhere, and you would use an oscillator. Let me show you. Let me prove it to you. Look, 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 guys. Good. Look, overbought, oversold. See that? 2-day RSI, or let's put a 5-day RSI. See that? Look, you sell here, you buy right here, you sell right here, you buy right here, right? Now try doing that with this. See that? How are you going to do a moving average with an oscillator with that? But a trend line works. I didn't mean to divert. I didn't mean to move to a different direction. But this was supposed to be a market examination session, not an education session. I'm supposed to do this in the VIP room, but I'm not going to be doing this in the VIP room. So because there's no VIP room today, so I figured I'll just kind of give you this in the morning. Hopefully, this is helpful. Okay. Always ask yourself: are we in a trending asset like this? What's interesting is you're looking at the same asset. This is the equal weighted SPY, and this is the directional SPY. Directional SPY is trending, and equal weighted SPY is doing nothing. Isn't it amazing how you trade the same asset with two different indicators? Directional, non-directional. Roller coaster, tank. So getting back to this, what are the equal weight SPY? What is the equal weight SPY doing? Nothing. Still very, very choppy. What is this telling us? It's telling us that most of the stocks that are moving up are being driven by the FANG stocks. How do we know that? Well, let's take a look. NVIDIA's back up here. I'm a buyer of NVIDIA above 131.45, by the way. Good, 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 good. So near all-time highs. What about Microsoft? Thank you, Cece. All-time highs. What about Google? All-time highs. How about Netflix? I don't know about Netflix. Let's take a look. So you guys could see very, very clearly. You could see very clearly that the market is not being driven. How about NASDAQ? Well, NASDAQ doesn't look bad. NASDAQ looks good, but still, look at the equal weighted NASDAQ. Look at the regular NASDAQ making all-time highs, and look at the QQQ, the equal weighted one. It's not looking bad. So there's definitely something going on with tech all across the board, but it doesn't look anything like this. Doesn't look anything like that. Thank you. No, I don't, Karen. I don't think they'll go out of business at all. No, no, no. I think they'll be restructured like Kmart back in the 90s, 20 times over. That's what I think. But I don't think they'll go out of business. Or Karen, I think they may have a takeover possibly. Okay, so bottom line is, and you don't need to be an Einstein to figure this out. You could very clearly see this by momentum levels. How many stocks in the S&P are trading above the 50-day moving average? 46%. What about the Russell? Look at Russell 3000, 43%. Look at Russell 2000, 41% and 50%. And you're not going to have you're not going to have a true bull market, meaning where all the stocks come in unless you have smaller stocks participating. Smaller stocks are not participating. And this is moving up to the smaller stocks on the large exchanges as well. So Dow, 57, looking a little better. 67, not looking too bad. NASDAQ, here, look, 50. You could see there's definitely something going on in the NASDAQ 100. NASDAQ 100, which is the top NASDAQ 100 stocks, which means the large caps are controlling. You have actually more stocks in the last week rallying. This was near 50%. Now it's at 67. And this was near 50. Now it's at 65. But look at NASDAQ Composite, 47. So clearly, not yet, Adam, soon, very, very soon. So you could see right here that the NASDAQ 100 is what's really giving the market a boost. And when we look at our sectors, which we'll look at right now, they will validate that for us. Over the last 5 trading sessions, we've got semiconductors again. Remember, they were a week ago. Let's go back 1 week. 1 week ago. Look at this. Semiconductors are right here, right? Technology's down there. QQQ's down here, right? And communications up here. And look where the Dow Jones is, energy is, healthcare, Russell 2000. That's a week ago. And now, semiconductors, technology, consumer discretionary, QQQ. Notice they're all in line. The only thing that's missing is communication. That's the only thing. If this was up here, we would have a full tech rally. They are PD, they are, but I think I don't think they're going out of business. I think they're going to be they're going to be reorganized. Russell's in the middle, but you could see at the bottom, retail, home builders, healthcare, consumer staples. That's why I don't think it's time yet, Adam. SPG. The SPG is not a stock. SPG is Simon Property Group. Curious Cat. I think you mean RSP. This is the equal weighted SPY right here, which is telling us that blue chips are really putting a hamper on this market, and that only the larger stocks are doing really well right now. But you could see semiconductors are back at the top, technology's back at the top, consumer discretionary is back at the top. Clearly, we're favoring tech stocks, and clearly we're not favoring blue chip stocks right now. There's no question about that. Karen, I don't know what you're asking exactly. I was at a webinar. I almost recommended them on Friday, Fred. I was at a webinar. The only reason why I didn't recommend them on Friday is I was in a webinar and I was busy. Sorry about that. But I would wait for a little pullback to the VWAP. So again, you could see here that blue chips are clearly lagging. Bitcoin is actually not at the lowest. It's at the middle, which means retail and home builders and healthcare are really pushing this market down right now, and consumer staples. Blue chips are not looking well, and home builders could potentially also, if employment rates are impacted, that could really, really mess with us right now as well. Really, really mess with us as well. Okay. So as far as sectors are concerned, you could clearly see that semiconductors are starting to make a move again. I like semiconductors right now. I like technology right now. Be careful with consumer discretionary. The reason you see consumer discretionary like this is because of Tesla. Tesla has and one other stock has a huge market cap in consumer discretionary. So if Tesla gives up the ghost, be careful. Be careful with consumer discretionary. I would prefer technology and semiconductors to consumer discretionary because there's more stocks doing that versus just one stock that has 15 or 16% of the market cap. Amazon, that's the one. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, exactly what Mark 2P just said. So this is being distorted because Amazon, thank you for that. I forgot about Amazon. Amazon and Tesla have about 30% of the index, 30%. So I would much rather go into this, or this than this at this time. Any other sector really breaking out? No. And that's unfortunate. Communication's not looking bad. Communication looks like it wants to make a new high. But otherwise, I mean, look at this. Consumer staples look like garbage. Healthcare looks like garbage. Home builders looks like garbage. Retail looks like garbage. And today, if we don't get any upside from the tech side, the market's going to look like garbage. No, we got 310. Usually we get about 350 let's see how many more we can get before we're done. We still have some time to go. We usually peak out right around 400. And remember, it's summer, so we have about 20 to 30% less audience right now. So the only sectors that I'm bullish on right now are technology, semiconductors, QQQ, which is technology, Communications, basically tech. I'm bullish on tech. What about bearish? Well, I'll be honest with you. Retail's the only thing that looks like it could really sell off. Healthcare, retail, healthcare and retail is the only thing that I'm seeing that could potentially give us a short today if we were only to look at sectors. Okay. Uh, Josie says, any news coming out today? Nah, Josie, just this employment report, which is the only reason why we're all here today. Let's take a look at bonds. This is the bonds in real time, TLT in real time. Obviously, the news that already came out is better than expected. Remember what I said, every report, every employment report we've had has been interpreted in a positive way. So I wouldn't see this one being any different. This is obviously very bullish for the stock market. Let's see what the numbers came in at. Okay, 206. Non-farm payroll, 206. So better than expected. Better than expected. Yeah, let's see if it continues. We got plenty of time. I'm not in a hurry. Plus, I want to see how the bond market reacts. So the bond market is positive. Let's look at SPY. SPY's moving up. Yeah, that makes sense. Higher bonds, lower yield. It's positive for the stock market. I'm just kind of going through all of this at the same time. I hope you don't mind. It'll just take a second. Yeah. Is unemployment at 4.1? Oh, 4.1. Okay. So 4.1%. So this offsets this. What about average earnings? Yeah, market. Well, that's what we're saying, Fred, right? Because of the bond market. Anytime the bond market goes up, it gives the stock market some relief. So let's see if this has been updated. Usually they update it pretty quick, but not today. But 4.1, that's in line. Unemployment's just a hair higher. I don't think the Fed's going to make a big deal out of that. Average hourly earnings is the only thing that I'm missing. Does anybody know what the average hourly earnings are? Matt has, I'm not logged into Trader Exchange right now. Hold on, I can get it right here, actually. Here we go. Okay. Average hourly earnings is 0.3. They were forecasting 0.3. They got 0.3. Non-farm payroll, 218. They were expecting, previous was 218. They got 206. And unemployment rate, 4.1%. So we got everything we need right here. We got everything we need. So the market just went green. This is bullish for the market. This was the report today. As long as the bond market stays up, we should see upside in the QQQs, at least in the morning, at least pre-open. Still think TLT will drop back down in August. Oh, I think it will too. Also, this move is not a huge move. This is not a really big move. We're up 30. I mean, we're up only 30 ticks. This isn't really all that much. This is barely anything. So the report was positive. All right. So let's now talk about global economy. Oh, you know what? It actually saved I didn't make my thing and it saved it today. Look at that. Thank God for small favors. All right. Everybody's looking, the minutes of the Federal Open Market Committee released Wednesday show that officials didn't deem it appropriate to lower borrowing costs. We kind of know, yeah, very small move. Very small move. So until additional information has emerged to give them greater confidence that inflation is on track to 2%. We kind of knew that already. Several officials highlighted that further weakening in demand could lead to a larger increase in unemployment. At the same time, the minutes showed that several policymakers remained ready to raise rates if inflation remained elevated. Participants noted that uncertainty associated with the economic outlook and with how long it will be appropriate to maintain restrictive stance. Basically, the kid ain't getting his bike in July. Wednesday's stock made a new all-time high, S&P and NASDAQ, not the equal weighted ones, obviously. Tesla was a big mover. They raised their price target. Bank of America did, which is actually a pretty credible, and they had good deliveries. NVIDIA and Broadcom started rising again. I'm starting to get bullish again on chip stocks. This is one of the reasons why bonds are not falling down. The June ISM service index fell to the lowest level in 4 years. Now, folks, I'm going to tell you guys something. That's a level we had before COVID. Okay? That's bad. That's very, 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 very bad. That's a 4-year low for services in the US. And if services are going lower, that means it's going to start impacting employment pretty soon. Now, the Fed is going to wait till the last minute. But if they see that ISM is falling and that's now impacting employment, that's going to be a factor that would cause them to lower rates. I'm telling you right now. Yeah, everything seemed to be in line with consensus. It's actually a little better than consensus. There we go. So private payroll, 136, that's fine. Average hourly earnings did not go up. Unemployment went up 4.1. I mean, this is not a bad report. But this is a very, very bad number. Folks, this is worse than COVID. Think about that for a minute. Services contracting more. U.S. factory unexpectedly fell. Service falling 48 point, the weakest since the pandemic, and jobs claims deteriorating. Ultimately, the negative data is being seen as positive for the markets, right? Because if unemployment, if the service index is weaker, that means they have to maintain interest rates. So that's a poor number. 8.8% that the Fed is going to lower rates in July. I think that's asinine at this point, considering what we just read a few minutes ago. Let's see if the market is still holding up. Coming up. This report is very it's not having any impact on the market, good or bad. Basically, it's having no impact on the market, which is good, which is fine. I like that. Let's continue with our report. Unemployment rates coming out today. We already know it already came out. Europe is up a hair. Digesting UK general election results. Key jobs report later today. Technology stocks are performing like they're performing here. Yeah, he's not lowering rates. Data from the Federal Statistics Office showed that Germany monthly industrial production fell in May. That doesn't help global economy. That doesn't. That actually helps their case for raising rates, not lowering rates. China closed lower as investor sentiment continued to deteriorate ahead of crucial policy meeting later this week. Insurance and bank stocks fell, not good. Sentiment turned negative on Friday due to implementation of increased European tariffs on Chinese electric cars. That is something we do not need in this world right now, but who am I to talk about global policy? Japan gave up early gains, ended flat on the day, which is what I think is going to happen here in the U.S. We're looking ahead to U.S. non-farm payroll report, which we already had. Losses in auto and shipping stocks offset gains in retail and pharmaceuticals. I'm going to tell you right now, with ISM making a 4-year low, there's no way hell on earth the Fed's going to do anything. I will in a minute, PD. Haven't looked at it yet. Let's look at it real quick. Yeah, I don't pay much attention to wicks and things like that after big reports like this. This is actually a really low reaction. Let's see if we're breaking down after this. Yeah, we're actually breaking down on the 5-minute. We're still up a little bit on the daily. This is not going to be a big report. Yeah, he has to be very worried about banks. This is folks, I'm going to tell you something. This is really bad. That ISM manufacturing is weaker since COVID. That's bad. That's really, really bad. And that's not a one-time print. That's something we've been seeing quite a bit. Look at me. I'm all white. Wow, I just looked at myself. I didn't realize I'm so white today. White shirt, white hat. I look like I'm ready to play polo, right? So we're not getting much tailwind. We're not really getting anything from Europe or China, one way or the other today. Cryptos are really hurting. I talked about Bido, which is an ETF that tracks cryptos. But if you like individual cryptos, Riot is down, Mara is down, Hut is down. They're all down. I'm going to try to do some research and find out why. Again, I'm not a big cryptocurrency guy. It's not my thing, okay? Hey, look at that. We got 328. We're only like, this is good for a Friday. Wow. You think bank mergers will come from this as we progress? No. I think they would have. No, I don't think Eagle. Here's what I'm going to say, Eagle Beagle, Adam. I think mergers will happen involuntarily if the economy stays the way it is. In other words, we're going to have some shaking and baking, but not voluntarily. Usually, mergers in the financial sector don't happen voluntarily. I don't know if you guys realize that or not. Yeah, Gustavo, sorry, Friday after the holiday. But sometimes Friday after a holiday could be really good, but sometimes not. Like today, I'm just not seeing it. Just flat, very, very flat. But the report wasn't like amazing either or bad. It was just kind of on par. Um, all right, so let's talk about stocks for today. As far as momentum levels are concerned, you've got a good amount of stocks. You've got over 100 stocks breaking out, which means we still have upside momentum. Folks, there's no VIP room today. And I'm not doing it for any specific reason other than the fact that the market is just going to die off after 10, 11 o'clock. And there's just not much to talk about today. I've given you guys plenty of education session. Matt took off with his wife, although he's working remotely today. I figure we'll just take a day off. I hope you guys are okay. Are you guys okay with no VIP room today? There will be no VIP room today. You guys can visit customer service live. Stumbled you 2 days ago. Good. T Miles, you're in the right place. I think folks here will tell you, T Miles, that you are in the right place. All right, let's talk about the actual stocks we're looking at. I got a lot of stocks to give you. Yeah, no VIP room today, guys. We're taking day off today, okay? No VIP. No VIP today. Yeah, we start back Monday hard. And I'll be around on I'll be all day on the Telegram channel. So, yeah, I'll be on the Telegram all day long. Thank you, Carlos. I just don't think I don't think there's anything we need to cover today. Yeah, go to customer service live instead of VIP room today. You'll get a lot of value out of it. I promise you. All right, let me give you guys my favorite stocks for today. My watch list stocks, okay? We'll start with the short side. Matt went somewhere in the mountains. I don't know where he went. Let me ask him. Actually, my wife was asking me the same question. Let me ask him where he went. I just asked him right now. He'll let me know. So this is definitely on my short list. Although, be careful, guys. When you have a gap this big, a lot of times it'll pull back up. We're a little too far away from the 8-day EMA. I prefer to take action when we're close to the 8-day EMA, but I'm adding this to my watch list. I don't know. I think he went to the mountains somewhere. He likes to go to the mountains. He said he's going to work remote. He's been there since Wednesday, I think. Clyde is working today full time. Short on this stock as long as it already broke this level. Definitely short on this stock. I don't think we're going to have a lot of opportunities to the short side today unless we have a lot of volume on those stocks. By the way, do not day trade stocks today. Do not day trade stocks today unless the volume on that stock is at least 1.5 its usual volume. If you guys have the Pro Trader dashboard, you obviously already know this, but do not day trade stocks today unless unless you have a volume buzz, volume is above 20-30%, or it's on the Pro Trader dashboard as higher volume. I'll check it out. Curious cat. Anyway, let's continue. CF Industries, another stock to the short side. And you'll notice a lot of the times I'm repeating these names. because they end up coming back and back on our list. Flowers Foods, definitely breaking down. Mexican company. This is a Mexican company that doesn't have much correlation. Oh, I'll post some more, Arthur, or Clyde will post some more. Uh, doesn't have a lot of correlation to U.S. stocks. So if you see the Mexican markets or the Spanish markets falling off, this is a great stock to trade. I've mentioned it several times over the years. FMX. Coupa. Nice breakdown. DRI. Remember DRI? You just saved me the weekend with this comment. Oh, good. Yes, you want volume and volume buzz. If you don't see anything with higher than average volume, make an assumption that it's going to be random trading. See, here's the thing. Today's post-holiday trading. You're going to have low volume. When you have volume, this is what happens to most stocks. Nothing, randomness. So you need that volume. Think of it like this. You want to go surfing, right? And you go to the beach, and the beach is gorgeous, but there's no waves. What are you going to do? You need waves today. Now, sometimes the ocean will be so hot on its own where it'll just give you waves, and you can go anywhere and surf. But sometimes you got to go to a special place because the levels are so low. You need the waves. You need the waves you need the waves, or you're going to get stuck in a random trading action today. Okay. So again, and also remember, is it trending or is it choppy? Is it trending or is it choppy? Ask yourself that when you're looking at a stock. It'll help you quite a bit. BC. I'm giving you all the stocks that are on my list this morning. Oh, that's a beauty right there. Yeah, based on 10-day average volume, you want volume to be 50% better than the average volume over the last 50 days. Dave, 50-day moving average. You want volume to be, you want your volume. You want to pick a stock that's showing volume that for that time of day is 1.5 times what it usually is. If it's not, you don't want to be in that stock today. It's a holiday. Yeah. Like think about waves, surfing, or like Carlos just says, pilot. Don't today is going to be one of those days where you're going to have a very random trading action. Cracker Barrel, another one. So you want to do everything possible to stay away from that, to move yourself away from that. And the way you do that is by finding something with volume. Now, you're not going to have a lot of stocks with volume today. So you're going to have to be extra picky. But again, I'll be in the pit channel all day long today, giving you guys. I'm working today all day. I just don't want to do the VIP room because there's not good picks for this afternoon session. That's the short side, OPCH. That's it for the short side. Now let's do the long side, okay? Yes, swinging is okay. You don't need high volume for swinging. Why? Because you're not going to be able to predict volume 2, 3, 4, 5 days in advance, Ricky. It's a good question. Yeah, I don't look at volume nearly as much when I'm swinging. I'm looking at volume when I'm day trading. Because how do you know what the volume is going to be 5 days from now? You got to assume you're going to be in the stock 5 days from now if you're swinging, right? You don't know if the volume is going to be high or low. So it doesn't. Look. Think about this. The reason you need the volume is that so that your surfboard can move, right? So something can kick it. If you're trading 4 or 5 days, meaning swing trade, the time is what's propelling you, not the wave. It's just natural flow of time. So you see the difference? Why? But it's important to understand why. It's a good question, and I gave you a good answer. But the why is really important because you're not looking for something to propel you when you're swing trading. You're looking at you're looking at the natural flow of the asset, and you're not looking for a big gain, right? You're looking for a few points. So you don't need that propeller. But if you're day trading, and the market's doing this, how are you going to make any money in the market unless if it's doing this? You need something moving. And the way you're going to find something moving is boom, volume. Can't ride away without volume. And again, hopefully what I'm saying actually makes common sense, right? It's like physics, You need something to make something move. I still like Apple. I still like Apple. Taiwan Semiconductor. I really like this stock. It's actually seems to be outperforming most other semiconductor stocks right now. This is the only semiconductor stock that's making a new high. Right. You can't ride a wave without volume. Exactly. Now, this stock here, VRSK, notice something about this stock. It's a trending stock, but a lot of times it tends to the days tend to run into each other. So there's a lot of overlap. So when you see a stock like this, you may seem like you'll see a little more of a pullback. That's okay. That's very normal. Okay. This is a beautiful stock right now. Look how it's touching the 8-day EMA, the accumulation line. This accumulation line, you guys know how much I love the A line, the accumulation line. This is one of my favorite indicators. And look how close it is to the A line. 80% of 80% of all the trades for my Alpha Top stock, which is a swing trading program inside Bargain Hunter, which we're going to make on its own, I use the A line for entries and exits, and it has about an 80-something% win rate on swing trades. You know that stock VTR that we just took profit on? That was an A line trade. Google. See how it's a little bit above the A line? It's making me nervous right now. I would much rather buy it right here. But again, it's on my list. So 8 VTR. This stock right here that you guys took profit on, this was a total 100% A-line trade. I got into it right here on the A-line, and we got out when it went above the A-line. But I'm going to be launching a new program that's based on the A-line. And I'm going to tell you guys, it's my favorite swing trading indicator, and I actually use it all the time. Look at my top alpha stocks. If you guys like the A-line, look at my top alpha stocks. You'll see what I'm talking about. Trade Desk. Beautiful. Beautiful. Notice the chop, though. So if you buy a stock like this and you notice it goes against you a little bit, that's okay. Look, every look at the overlap. That's the word I was looking for, overlap. A lot of times they'll trend, but they'll have a lot of overlap. So if you see a stock with an overlap, don't get so freaked out if it goes against you a little bit, because look, every time it's still moving in the right direction, but there's a lot of overlap. Some stocks have more overlap than others. Okay. So just FYI. See how I'm teaching you and giving you stocks at the same time? Isn't it cool? ICE. This is the Intercontinental Exchange. It's breaking out right now. Now, I would not buy any breakout stock right now this far away from the 8-day EMA unless volume was like 5 times average volume. Okay? It's away from the 8-day EMA. Does that mean I wouldn't buy this stock? No, 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 no. If this stock came down today and touched the 8-day EMA, it'd probably be my best friend. And Matt is going to be looking for swing trading stocks today. So don't think we're not going to be trading today. We will if we see something good. But my most important thing is I want you guys to label yourself. I want you. It's almost done, Ricky. I think we're launching it next week. It's when you're looking at a stock, ask yourself: is it trending? Is it choppy? Is the sector trending? Is the sector choppy? How far is the stock away from the 8-day moving average? Those 4 things that I just mentioned, they could change the trajectory of your account growth for the next 20 years. Nice breakout, not a lot of overlap, some, but not a lot. Still not that far from the 8-day EMA. Nice breakout. I like these half-rounded tops, these what do they call them? Cup and handle. This is the handle right here, if you will. Nice breakout, nice ascending here. My favorite technical pattern right here, ascending triangle right there. It's very nice. MFC. Only a few more left. NTAP. That's a beautiful stock right there. And look how it's hugging the 8-day EMA. Algos are just going crazy buying the stock. That's all they're doing. GFL. Beautiful trend. Look at that. Nice 8-day EMA. I'm telling you, I love the 8-day EMA. All right. Now, folks, let's just quickly look at the market and see what it's doing before I let you guys go. It's up nicely, 0.45 right now. Let's look at TLT. TLT is up a dollar, up nicely too, starting to come back up. Well, let's see if it hits that moving average and starts backing away, which I predict it will right here, unless the Fed's going to start really getting dovish, and I don't think they will. Also, don't forget, I have my top 3 stocks for the seasonality windows. If you guys missed that class, I like RSG. It's in one of our programs, I think. Let me look at RSG real quick. The garbage stock, right? Looks beautiful, man. Look at that. Crossing the 8-day back to the top. Looks good. It looks good. So again, that's the link for that. No VIP room today. Look at that. We got 350-ish people here. That's great. That's almost our full load. Clyde is going to be working very hard today. I may post a couple of pics of him. Remember, I'm not going to be in the VIP room today. If you have any questions, here is my email address, roger@rogerscott.com. Cam will be in customer service live all day. If you guys miss me, go visit Cam there. It'll be interactive 10 to 1. Clyde will be working full-time till 4 p.m. today, and so will I. And I will be on Telegram all day long today. Maybe not as usual, but I'll be there all day long. Will there be a stealth surge recommendation for the 3 stocks you mentioned when they hit the window? Maybe, does he? We'll see. I always got something good for that program. I'll talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic day. If there's anything that I missed or didn't give you, if there's something that I forgot to talk about, hit me up, roger@rogerscott.com. I hope you all have a fantastic, a truly fantastic day today and an amazing weekend. Send me an email and let me know if I've been helping you. Bye, guys. Have a great day. I'm out.